Welcome to Back Bike Beat. We're diving deep into what makes this bike special, how it performs, what it offers, and whether it earns the legendary name stamped on its tank. Honda's decision to revive the CB750 Four name wasn't taken lightly. The original model from the late 60s helped define modern motorcycling, so expectations for the 2026 version were sky-high. What Honda delivered is a motorcycle that's modern in all the right ways, but still feels analog, approachable, and full of character. When you first walk up to it, the styling immediately stands out. A rounded fuel tank with deep paintwork, polished metal badges, and a simple, classic profile give the bike a retro appeal, but the fit and finish scream modern Honda quality. Nothing feels cheap or like an afterthought. Even the seat stitching, the paint thickness, and the brushed metal accents add to the sense of craftsmanship. The heart of the CB750 Four is its 748 cubic centimeters inline-four engine, a configuration Honda hasn't brought into the mid-range class in years. It produces around 92 horsepower and a bit over 50 lb-ft of torque, numbers that place it comfortably between entry-level and high-performance bikes. But the beauty of this engine isn't the digits, it's the delivery. The throttle response is smooth thanks to ride-by-wire, and the power builds in a predictable, linear wave. It's clean, balanced, and incredibly fun to wring out without ever feeling intimidating. At low RPM, the bike hums politely. Above 6,000, it begins to sing, giving off that classic Honda four-cylinder soundtrack that fans have loved for decades. The ride-by-wire system gives the CB750 Four several riding modes: standard, sport, rain, and a custom setting. Standard is relaxed and ideal for everyday use. Sport tightens the throttle response and reduces traction control intervention, letting the bike feel more alive. Rain softens everything for slippery conditions. The custom mode allows riders to mix and match settings to create their own ideal setup. It's refreshing technology that enhances the experience without overpowering the bike's classic personality. On the road, the chassis plays just as big a role as the engine. The steel double cradle frame provides a hint of old-school charm, but Honda has modernized it with internal reinforcements to improve stiffness. The bike feels genuinely predictable when you lean it into a corner, with no sudden surprises or nervous movements. Up front, a show of 41mm SFFBP fork smooths out bumps and keeps the front end steady. The rear features dual shocks with piggyback reservoirs, retro in appearance, modern in performance. The suspension tuning strikes a balance between comfort and control. You can carve through mountain roads on the weekend and still enjoy a cushy commute during the week. Braking is equally confidence-inspiring. The twin 310mm discs up front with radial mount calipers provide strong stopping power without being overly grabby. The rear disc is smooth and predictable, and ABS comes standard. Honda tuned the ABS to intervene gently, so you still feel connected to the road even when it's working in the background. On twisty roads, the brakes inspire confidence, letting you push the bike without hesitation. When you sit on the CB750 Four for the first time, it feels instantly friendly. The seat height is around 800mm, giving most riders a comfortable footing. The handlebars sit naturally upright, and the mid-set foot pegs make the riding position neutral and relaxed. Long rides don't feel like a chore, and lane splitting or navigating traffic becomes effortless thanks to the bike's balance and predictable handling. The curb weight sits just under 205 kilograms, which is light enough to feel nimble but heavy enough to feel planted at highway speeds. Technology is present but not overwhelming. The instrument cluster looks like an analog clock at first glance, but inside is a crisp full-color TFT. You get Bluetooth connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation, ride mode settings, and optional tire pressure monitoring. Honda's menu system is easy to navigate, and the display remains visible even under direct sunlight. For a bike with nostalgic styling, the tech integration feels surprisingly seamless. Even small touches like LED indicators and a projector-style LED headlight add to a modern safety feel without ruining the retro look. Fuel economy lands around 50 to 52 miles per gallon, depending on your riding style. With a 15-liter tank, the bike can comfortably cover around 180 miles before hitting reserve, making it suitable for commuting, weekend rides, and even light touring. Honda also offers accessories like a flyscreen, luggage racks, heated grips, and a factory quickshifter. The up and down quickshifter option works well once you're past 3,000 revolutions per minute, and it adds a sporty touch to the otherwise smooth, relaxed character of the bike. Honda positioned the 2026 CB750 Four at an appealing price point. The base model is expected to start around $10,499, while the S-Trim with adjustable suspension, upgraded exhaust finish, and additional comfort features lands near $11,899. Considering the build quality, the four-cylinder engine, and Honda's reputation for reliability, the pricing feels competitive, especially against rivals in the retro standard category from Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Triumph. But what really sets this bike apart is its identity. The CB750 Four isn't trying to be a super modern sport machine or a full retro replica. Instead, it lives in the middle, offering the charm of the past with the refinement of today. It appeals to new riders who want something accessible, to seasoned riders who want something soulful without being extreme, and to nostalgic fans of the CB lineup who appreciate the nods to Honda's heritage. From a design perspective, the attention to detail is remarkable. The teardrop tank and chrome accents are immediately eye-catching, while the subtle lines along the engine and frame add a sense of motion even when the bike is standing still. The 4x2 exhaust system is polished to perfection, providing both visual balance and an authentic tone. Even small details, like the slight curvature of the handlebars and the seat's subtle step for the passenger, show Honda's commitment to marrying form and function. On longer rides, the CB750's comfort becomes apparent. The ergonomics are designed to reduce fatigue, with just enough forward lean to engage the core without stressing wrists or shoulders. The suspension absorbs most imperfections in the pavement, and wind buffeting is manageable without a screen, though Honda's optional flyscreen does improve aerodynamics for touring. Two-up riding remains surprisingly comfortable thanks to the flat bench seat and well-positioned passenger pegs. The bike handles well with a pillion, maintaining stability and control even through corners. Riding the CB750 Four is also about the feeling it gives you. The engine note is rich and harmonic, the suspension feedback is intuitive, and the handling communicates confidence at every speed. Honda made a deliberate choice to avoid overly aggressive electronics like lean-sensitive traction control or cornering ABS, keeping the bike approachable and predictable. For riders who value engagement over gimmicks, this is a big plus. It feels like the original CB750 in spirit, a machine that communicates, rather than overwhelms. Another subtle advantage is Honda's engineering for durability and ease of maintenance. The engine runs at modest stress levels, and maintenance intervals are generous. Components like the forks, shocks, and brakes are robust, making the bike a low-maintenance companion. Reliability is part of the package, an area where Honda continues to excel and where enthusiasts can ride with confidence, knowing the bike is built to last. This is Bike Beat. If you enjoyed this deep dive review, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which bikes you want to see next. Ride safe, ride smart, and I'll see you in the next one.